I think AltoPartners is unique because we look for strong member firms in each country. They're leading top 5, top 10 firms in each country. And so the level of conversation, the level of trust that we have in each other, and the DNA match that we're able to get is quite different from a lot of other alliances or networks. And that is what makes it special. It also allows us to be light touch because we're all sort of grown ups in the room.
The unique point is that we really collaborate in the searches. It's not like you send a search to another country, but you stay in touch with the consultants and partners that they are dealing with that search. You maintain the contact with the client, and you have this double check in the two countries with, I think it's really customer centric, which is the most interesting in our industry.
For me, what makes our alliance so unique is the fact that we are entrepreneurs, we're owner-managed businesses, so that we can take our own decisions when we deal with a client. We can pitch or make whatever deal we want to. That allows us to be nimble, that allows us to be adaptable, and it allows us to be flexible. That's not to say we need to discount our fees or anything like that, but we can really tailor-make a solution that fits the client.
AltoPartners is a global network of very entrepreneurial niche firms across multiple countries, over 30 and growing. And why are we so great? Because we have access to really good network of leadership. We have great research capability. We have limited off limits, which really gains us access to incredible talent out there. And it's really a good place to be. Good values, good partnerships.
It's a very professional group. It's highly credible as a group of trusted advisors. I think we've grown on the basis of a focus on customer care, client care, candidate care, and looking after each other. It's often said that fun and a sense of humour is a really important element in binding a group together. Every time I meet with Alto people, we have a good time. We enjoy each other's company, but that's based on the respect that we have for each other. I think we are nimble as entrepreneurs. We're agile, which I think adds incredible value to the customer experience. I think we're very well led, and we've always been actually well led. We've had high quality leadership in the business, but I think it's got even better in the last 2 or 3 years. Last thing, I think our technology is a differentiator. We now have an extremely strong platform to inform each other of what the network is doing, and therefore to service our clients better with good advice, with the best advice.
The thing started out of necessity, being able to help your client cross border. So that's, let's say, the hard side of AltoPartners. That's why we started it. Being able to serve your client abroad. The big difference is that apart from all the fully integrated firms that are, I say, condemned to use each other in other countries, we choose to pick our own alliance members. And everybody has to say yes to a new member, which makes it a very strong alliance. And that means that we love to operate together because we choose each other. And that's the big difference for me.
In this modern age with technology and all of the facilities we now have to be able to source globally from anywhere on the planet, you have much less of a need to have a flag in every country on every continent, which used to be the old-fashioned way of doing it. And I think lots of clients like that, because if they're mandating Albert or someone else to do their search for them, they want to know that they're doing it and leading it, and they trust your judgment. You know their culture, you know the personalities, but still they want someone who represents a different geography perhaps, or a skill set that is more strongly represented in a different geography. And I think Albert is quite capable from his office to put together the long list. What he won't have, if some of those people are based abroad, is the local knowledge of their reputation, their personality, their softer skill sets, how they're viewed by their peer group in their own community. And that, I think, is another way. So rather than just referring search work from one country to another, which is obviously how Alto came about, it allows you to actually maybe do the search yourself from your own country, but you can then access the local knowledge. So I can call Albert if there's someone someone we've identified in the Netherlands and say, these 3 people have come up in our searches, what would you say about them? And that's incredibly useful to have that on the ground, local knowledge and expertise to tap into. It doesn't take much of his time, but it's fantastically helpful to us and our clients when they're evaluating the candidates that we put onto our long list and short lists.
And there are cultural differences. I want to mention one story that illustrates it. For a Dutch client in Turkey, we were looking for a CXO position. And then we found out that the industry has coffee on the Friday afternoon, and that the 5 competitors in the market were on the same university in the same time. So they 5 drank coffee together, regulating the market, let's call it like that. And that we found out. And then we introduced to the Dutch CEO a Turkish supervisory board member that went to the same university during the same time. So he now joins for coffee at a Friday afternoon. And that's something so cultural and local that it's an asset to have somebody like Murat in the team, because he knows and sees those things.
I like AltoPartners because it is a network of people who have created their own company, and they have found fellow partners which have a similar thinking, a similar value system, and they like them each other. I like them, and therefore I like to work with them. And this is a clear differentiator from large firms that work together, because it is the cooperation that makes them work together. So we are completely different, and we have fun with that, what we do. And this is essential, because whenever you do things that you like, you make them right.
We constitute a group of very, very smart entrepreneurs, headhunters, very professional, independent, with a unique set of skills, with very solid track record, background in some of the global, many from the global institutions in the executive search industry, but with a very unique view of each specific market. I think that this is particularly attractive, in my opinion, and I think that I don't see other institution, other firm, or other alliance that can put together the quality and the diversity that we put together, in front of the clients. This is my view.
I think the entrepreneurship of the different consultants is a key factor, because our clients need not a bureaucratic approach, but an entrepreneurial approach and an independence of thinking, which if you run your own business, you do have it. You are not just an officer of a large organization. You do what's best for your clients. And the whole environment of AltoPartners allows each of us to be ourselves, but in parallel, we have a network of people who are in the same thing and they just want to help us. So it's really an ideal combination.
Chile is a country that has a very, very aggressive opening in terms of the economic frontiers with Asia since 30 years ago, 40 years ago, in the last 40 years. And within AltoPartner, we have a tremendous presence of independent firms in Asia, in China, in South Asia, in Japan, in India, and we do a lot of business with them. Peru also, all the countries in the Pacific coast. So for us, it's incredibly, attractive, this as part of our value proposition to clients that are interacting, with Asia also.
And having come from the big global firms, the partners of AltoPartner are much more willing to help independently of if it's an economic advantage of no. They just do it because they want to do it and they want to help, and that is really much better for the clients.
This network is kind of unique. Why? We're so transparent to each other. I mean, I feel my partner is a kind of friends and brother and sister to me. I can easily open up a conversation, call them, and I can trust them easily. We don't have hidden agenda. Whatever we say bluntly forward. And actually it's growing internationally. I don't know how come our management team is arranging the new hires, new countries, but they're arranging perfectly well. I mean, we are diverse in terms of culture, in terms of language, and capabilities maybe, but we have a common Altonian language, which makes communication easy, conducting a business easy. So I feel comfortable in this garden.
The whole spirit of Alto is about choosing to be together. So it's about working hard, but also playing hard. So enjoying what we do every single day, every single hour throughout the 11 years. So far it's been very enriching, very inspiring, getting like-minded people together in the sole objective of serving our clients to the best of our abilities while enjoying the journey.
AltoPartners, from my point of view, combines several aspects which are very important to me and close to my heart. I think most important is the respect we show to our clients, the respect we show to our candidates, and the respect we have for each other within this network. So that's my first point. The second point is we are highly professional. We really understand the local needs and the local resources. So that brings another aspect to AltoPartners. And last but not least, I really enjoy working with this bunch of people. They are good guys. They have the same value system, and that makes it wonderful to work with them.